if Paul DeYoung decides he wants to tune into the Nutty Buddies podcast, I want Paul DeYoung to know at some point I was happy because of you, Paul. But I've been a lot more sad than I've been happy because of you, Paul.
Yeah, I haven't been sad, Paul. I've been frustrated. But I've also been very happy with you before, Paul.
Paul, your rookie year, it was some of the best times. 30 home runs. Set a Cardinal record.
For rookie home runs?
Most home runs by a shortstop. And the Cardinals.
Oh, in Cardinals history. He had exactly 30 in 2019. He had 233 with 30 bombs and 149 strikeouts.
See, Paul. What makes me sad is hearing those numbers.
He was an all-star.
Paul.
Okay, 2019, 149 strikeouts, 136 hits.
Paul. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. What up, Nutty Buddies?
What's up, Nutty Buddies?
Been a minute. Peanut, would you like to apologize to the Nutty Buddy community?
No.
Oh.
No, we're sorry.
We are sorry. But we got the NFL season going. We're going to be better. I know you missed us. I know we've been bad, but we're going to be good to y'all during the season. Be awesome football insight, and we'll make it up to you. Ain't that right, Peanut?
Shane, you want to know? Yeah, you want to know something funny?
What?
We're about like a week through training camp already or so, and we haven't done a podcast in a month, and we still showed up before Josh Jacobs.
That is true. That is true. That guy ain't going to be showing up for a minute, huh?
No, it doesn't seem like he wants to show up for work. Me, on the other hand, I'm ready for the grind. I wake up every morning ready to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's crazy. NFL running backs. What the fuck?
NFL running backs going through it right now, huh?
Yeah, that's been the big topic, I would say. Owners talking about being dead and players not mattering, and
we did get Saquon to fold. He was just bluffing the whole time.
Yeah, that's Mr. Saquon. You owe an apology to all your running back friends because you're not a real friend.
Josh Jacobs is still in the ringer, along with Dalvin, along with Zeke potentially if he ends up somewhere. Taylor wants to be traded.
Yeah, JT and Jim Irsay.
What caused all that? What happened for him to speak up? Was it Taylor that said something initially, or was it Irsay?
So, my memory serves me correctly. 2021, you got JT, he goes off, rushes for like 1,600 yards or some shit. Last year, hurt on and off, not so good. My dog is fucking telling me. Stop. So he had 1,600 yards 2 years ago. Last year didn't do too hot. So then he comes into the office looking for an extension because he was a second-round pick, not a first-round pick. So first-round picks get 4-year deals with a fifth-year option. Second-round picks only get 4 years, no fifth option. So he wants an extension. Then they have some beef about how they already weren't going to extend him. Like Jim Irsay said that. Well, then he tweets it publicly, and then they met with their GM to say, hey, I want to be traded. Then Jim Irsay comes out, and now we get to talk about him fucking dying and Jonathan Taylor not playing for the Colts. There's a chance that they're going to put Jonathan Taylor on the non-football injury list, push his contract a year back, and they would have to pay them $0 this year. So it ultimately is just a terrible PR move from Jim Irsay right now. Jonathan Taylor not doing the best at negotiating either.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad time for Taylor to speak up. Not trying to say, I mean, he's been really good throughout his career, but right now, nobody cares about running backs.
Yeah.
I heard a stat the other day too. It was talking about like out of last year, the players to rush for over 1,000 yards, like out of the top 10 running backs, their teams didn't make the playoffs. I thought that was kind of interesting.
It kind of makes sense. You think about Josh Jacobs last year. Their quarterback was essentially fired week 10.
I don't remember the exact like stat of it, but I'm looking at the rushing yard leaders. Like Jacobs was 1, team didn't make the playoffs. Derrick Henry was 2, team didn't make the playoffs. Chubb was 3. I don't think the Browns did they? The Browns didn't make the playoffs last year. Aaron Jones finished top 10, didn't make the playoffs. Jamal Williams for the Lions didn't make the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is interesting. And another thing I was thinking about today, too, because I was listening to them talk about, like, Jonathan Taylor is obviously, like, the hot story right now. How much of the Colts offense is Anthony Richardson going to produce himself? You know, like, a thing that they always talk about with Josh Allen that I've heard over, you know, the years that he's been so good with Buffalo is he's so good because he, like, he produces, like, 85% of the offense or something. Have you heard something like that before?
I understand because of like his yardage.
Yeah, because of
either throwing the ball or running the ball.
He does so much, and I feel like with a guy like Anthony Richardson, not saying he is Josh Allen, but like he can do similar type things that Josh Allen can do. You know what I'm saying? As a like runner and a thrower, and a lot of these quarterbacks who are playing now are similar to that. So it kind of makes the running back position less valuable too. Like you had Justin Fields rushed for over 1,000 yards last year. That's a big deal, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Do you think that makes the Bears running back position less valuable?
I think so, but then you also have to think about the touches. So with Justin Fields at quarterback, you're not throwing the football more than 30 times a game.
Right.
And if you are, you're losing. I don't see a situation Justin Fields throws the ball over 30 to 35 times a game on average ever in his career. But
Yeah. You don't think that's something he could grow into?
Not in this system, at least. Like, I mean, I think he has a good enough arm. His decision making in terms of throwing the football is not there. Then you look at, like, okay, Justin Fields is going to get his 10 rushes a game. He's going to get his potentially 20 passes. There's 30 plays. And then you think about, all right, now what else is going to happen in there? Like, the football is not going to be spread around to the wide receivers and the tight ends all that much. It's going to be a lot of low volume receptions, like lots of rack. If I had to guess, there's not going to be many times where he's going to come out there and impress you with air yards and throw for 400 air yards a game. So,
but I guess I know what you're saying. But I guess ultimately, when you have a guy like Fields or Allen, would you rather have the ball in their hands trying to make a play, comparing him to, I guess Taylor's kind of like a different story, but like when you look at the Bears running backs, like you got Herbert and Foreman and who's the third? Roshan Johnson. You got them guys. Like if you compare that situation, like you want it in Fields' hands. You want him moving somewhere, right?
If that's your choice, but if I have to choose between having Justin Fields as my quarterback and having a collection of people who might be good at running back versus having Jonathan Taylor versus somebody who might be good at quarterback, I'm probably going to take the Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion. What's your opinion? Would you rather have the middling quarterback who has somebody to make plays for him, or would you rather have a quarterback that will make plays and having middling playmakers around them?
Probably the quarterback.
Not Justin Fields in this situation.
Okay.
Nobody is saying Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback. I mean, the situation one that jumps out to me, like overall in terms of great quarterback, bad weapons, is the Chiefs. But like that's the best quarterback ever, and that's not fair.
Right.
So I don't know. Fucking forget this topic. I'll cut all that shit out. It's stupid. I can't think of anything right now.
I mean, it's tough, dude.
And Puka Naka.
All right, let's move on from that shitty conversation that we laid an egg on.
It's not going to be the episode.
All right, just real quick, Kamara's meeting with Goodell.
Do you think he's gonna fucking hit the shit on this?
Who knows what happens with that? We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Like,
you just destroyed your shit.
I unplugged my mic and shit.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, there he goes.
Okay.
It went through.
He just beats the shit out of him as soon as he walks in there. He's like, I'm fucking playing for the first 4 weeks.
Goodell's like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So Taylor's got his issues right now. We'll see how that plays out. He's gonna end up playing for the Colts this year. I mean, he's not owed anything. They don't have to do anything. All they gotta do is be like, hey, dude, it's time to play football now. He'll be like, oh, okay. Like the Colts organization is not forced to do anything right now, right?
Their best player might not play this year, which will make them less of a team.
He will play. If he doesn't, that's.
They said that they're not gonna resign, or they're not gonna offer him an extension or plan to. Like they're not going to.
They don't have to. Like.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like the best player on your team, and you're already openly before the season saying, "Hey, you're not coming back. You're gonna play this year on shitty money. We're not bringing you back."
That's just the direction we're going. Zeke just visited New England.
I love that.
Could be going there. We'll see. Dalvin Cook just visited the Jets. Could be going there. We'll see.
Not just visit the Jets, hanging out with the Jets on their practice field.
Jacobs is not doing shit, so that doesn't look very good. Sean Payton pretty much said the Nathaniel Hackett, who is now the offensive coordinator for the Jets, who was the head coach for the Broncos last year, did a horrible job, one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL with the Broncos. What do you think about Sean Payton saying that?
It's hilarious. It's not something that happens in the NFL a lot. You don't have an NFL head coach talking bad about another NFL head coach like that openly to the media. But it's even better that they play each other this year. Robert Saleh even responded like, oh, it's funny that we're on their minds. We don't play each other till week 5. Aaron Rodgers comes back with a go fuck yourself basically for Sean Payton. Sean Payton says probably shouldn't have said that. Too bad. Too late, bro. I think it's awesome.
I think it's kind of funny, dude. Okay, should Sean Payton have said that? No, probably not. No. But I think it's kind of funny because last year, all anyone did all season long was bash Nathaniel Hackett for how bad he did. And now that somebody says something about it, they're like, a lot of people are, yeah, why would you say that? Well, I mean, he fucking sucked last year, so.
Let's not forget Sean Payton also worked for Fox for the entire season last year.
Mm-hmm. I think it's awesome. Aaron was like, keep my coach's name out of your mouth or something, I think I seen. But
keep my coach's name.
But I also like it. I like it from Payton's side too, because he's just trying to fire up the troops, right? This shit ain't gonna fly with us this year. You know?
I see it as either, hey, we're doing things differently, and I'm better than what the other guy was, so just be prepared for some better football.
Right.
Or it can be like, hey, there might have been some down years here. You guys aren't expecting a lot from us. Like, the guy who was here was bad at what he was doing. Like, these guys are a lot better than what they showed last year.
I think he has every right to say that, dude, but maybe he shouldn't have done it publicly. I'm guessing he said it publicly, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It was in press conference, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
And then Mike Tomlin, did you see his comment back to it? He said something to the tune of, I'll be excited to watch that game week 5 as a football fan.
Hell yeah.
It's I'm excited to watch that football game now.
Hell yeah. The St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
So what have the Cardinals done lately, Peanut?
They're selling.
Who's gone? Keep me updated.
Oh, goodness. So we got Jack. Jack Flaherty just went to the O's. He's the most recent one, unless Jeff Passan has tweeted anything else in the last 20 minutes. Then you had We got Jordan Hicks to the Blue Jays, followed closely by his friend Paul DeYoung. Got a lot more back for Hicks than we did for DeYoung. DeYoung's a free agent after the year, but is hitting like 240 with like 15 bombs this year or something like that at shortstop. So he'll fill in for Bo Bichette up there with them, and then Jordan Hicks probably get some late innings for them in their playoff run. But on top of that, we also got rid of Jordan Montgomery. He's probably the quietest dude on the Cardinals. Like, I don't think I've ever heard him talk in my entire life. But he served his purpose. We traded him for a Gold Glove outfielder, and we got like an all-star level starting pitcher. So
take that. I heard the infielder we got in that deal is supposed to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We got a power hitting infielder back in that deal. He's like 24-ish. I don't know much about all of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do know that 2 of the guys that we've added to this deadline are now in the top 5 of our prospect list.
Pretty nice.
So, not bad. Not bad. Thank you, Jordan Hicks, because the Blue Jays gave up a lot to get him. Surprisingly.
He's a good player sometimes when he wants to be.
I am not a Jordan Hicks guy. I wish he could throw 106 miles an hour. I just don't care. Otherwise.
Yeah, so baseball is officially... Season's over for baseball fans in the St. Louis area.
Yeah, we're moving on to bigger, better teams. Not the New York Yankees. Just kidding. Fuck the Yankees, too. This is a Tim McCasher jersey.
Those are my picks for the World Series, was the Cardinals and the Yankees, and both of them are not making the playoffs this year, I don't believe.
That's tough. You know what would be really, really cool?
Huh.
When the Diamondbacks make it to the World Series or some shit, I pop out over to Phoenix, go watch a game. Oh my god.
That would be cool.
I want to go to a Diamondbacks playoff game. Their stadium is awesome, by the way. I'm a Diamondbacks fan for the rest of the year.
Diamondbacks and Chiefs.
Fuck you.
So it looks like Carlson didn't get moved.
I'm glad. Glad we held on to him for the last 2 deadlines. Dylan Carlson should have been traded for Juan Soto last year. And now we're stuck with him.
Yes, we are.
I think he gets non-tendered this offseason.
No, there's a little hope for him.
No. I don't think he is. I think there is a 0% chance he's a Cardinal next year.
Damn. Well, the Yankees were interested in him, apparently, right?
Okay, they can have him. Where is he going to play?
Their outfield's not very good.
Their outfield doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying. There's no positions left in their outfield. Aaron Judge, who can play all 3 if you want him to. Harrison Bader, who, when he's not hurt, will play center field and only center field. Giancarlo Stanton is only the DH, which Aaron Judge, for how big he is, although how he is very athletic, should probably be transitioning towards that position in the near future. There's just no room for any other outfielders.
I forget who else. They've been... Now I gotta look.
I know. You noticed I only named 4 guys because I don't know anybody else.
Well, I know, Willie Calhoun or something was playing out there for a little bit. Greg Allen, Harrison Bader, and Jake Bowers was their outfield last game.
Hell yeah. First off...
You're telling me Dylan Carlson can't play in that outfield?
Bro,
Billy McKinney played 2 games ago. Billy McKinney, Peanut.
Yeah. That's rough. I want you to go look at this tweet I'm sending you. I typed in Yankees and this is what popped up. So the ESPN wrote an article and says Blue Jays welcome DeYoung with callback to old Yankees post. So October 4th, 2011, wherever Paul DeYoung was, he tweets, "I hate the Yankees."
Amazing.
And the Blue Jays followed up with a gif from Wolf of Wall Street. One of us. One of us. So That's
That
amazing.
is funny.
A lot of these guys, I wouldn't say are that are being traded right now for the Cardinals or that have been traded aren't necessarily great baseball players. They were good at one time, so like we're talking shit on them.
Yeah, we didn't lose any heartbreakers,
Um,
right?
no, but I'm trying to. If Paul DeYoung decides he wants to tune into the Nutty Buddies podcast, I want Paul DeYoung to know that like at some point I was happy because of you, Paul. But I've been a lot more sad than I've been happy because of you, Paul.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been sad, Paul. I've been frustrated. But I've also been very happy with you before, Paul.
I'd say, Paul, your rookie year was some of the best times. That year that you hit 30 home runs. Set a Cardinal record, right?
For rookie home runs?
Shortstop. Most home runs by a shortstop. In a season.
Huh. Like ever? Any shortstop ever?
And the Cardinals.
Oh, in Cardinals history.
Yeah, 30 something.
I believe
Okay.
that. Homers, he had exactly 30 in 2019. He had 233 with 30 bombs and 149 strikeouts. He had more strikeouts than hits.
See, Paul. What makes me sad is hearing those numbers.
He was an all-star.
Paul. What
Let
makes
make
me
sure I got
sad?
that right. Okay, 2019, 149 strikeouts, 136 hits. All right, let's move on. We'll get him next year. All the Redbird faithful. Just not this year. All right, you want to do over/under predictions for this upcoming NFL season?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want NFC or AFC?
I'll take the AFC.
I have it
what
pulled
website
up
are you
on.
looking at?
I have it on VegasInsider.com, and it has like portions, and I believe like different betting websites, I guess. And FanDuel is on the very left side. I was just gonna look at FanDuel's,
Yeah.
but it's not filtered by division. Can I filter it by division?
You can just look it up by name, though, right? Is that the one you're looking at, or you can search it by name?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I can't type in like AFC, can I?
no, we're just gonna have to use our brains, I guess.
Damn, bro, that's tough. All right, you want to do AFC or NFC?
I'll do AFC.
The divisions in a separate tab to help me out.
Yeah.
Even though I know them because I know ball and shit, you know.
We don't know ball.
Okay, so I'm doing NFC. Okay. Do you want to start off, Peanut?
Yeah, so we're gonna look at some over-unders on some win totals for this coming season for the NFL team. We're gonna go one team per division from each of us. I'm taking the AFC. Chandler's gonna take the NFC. Some teams that we feel most confident in terms of their lines. We're using FanDuel lines because, you know, see the most ads, they gotta be the best company, right, Chandler? Isn't that how it works?
Sure. All right, Peanut. So you're about to have your prediction for the AFC North. Over under what you like the most.
Yes.
So you got the Browns, you got the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers.
Of course, Chandler.
So out of all of those over-unders, which one do you think is most likely to be over or under?
Oh. Thank you, Chandler. I will answer your question. But first, I will provide some context. The Bengals over/under is at 11.5. The Browns at 9.5. Ravens at 10.5. And the Steelers at 8.5. I think I got everybody.
Yeah, you did.
Give me Bengals over 11.5.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bengals
I'm going-
over 11.5.
I'm going Big Daddies. Give me Big Daddies. I think they get to 13-14 range. Joe Burrow.
Well, would you like to hear what they finished last year?
What did they finish last year?
They finished at 12, so you would have hit.
Well, good thing this is for next year.
Well, it still makes you feel good, don't it?
Yeah, no, that makes me feel good. I think they improve on that,
Yeah.
especially with Joe Burrow's his 4th year in the league now. So he's on his 4th year in the league. You know what they say about that. So Jamar Chase hopefully stays healthy for the entire year. T. Higgins is the truth. Their running back does like to hit anyone and everyone. Doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or child. So we'll see how that works.
Yep.
Oh, he's another guy we'll have to meet with Roger Goodell this offseason. So give me Bengals over 11.5.
NFC North. Got the Vikings, the Lions, the Packers, and the Bears.
Oh my.
The Vikings over under is at 8.5. The Bears is at 7.5. The Lions is at 9.5. And the Packers is at 7.5. I gotta go Vikings there. Right?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. The Vikings went 13-4 last year.
Are you looking at the same thing I am?
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing you are. I would like that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
definitely
crazy.
I'm gonna take that. So we got the North down. We got the Vikings and the Bengals at the overs, and Peanut just left me, and now he's coming back.
There's just no way they only win 8 games.
Yeah,
They didn't get worse.
I'm feeling pretty confident about that one. And they got a good DC there. They got Flores there now,
Yeah, so
right?
it doesn't quite make sense that they would be at 8.5 there.
We'll go Minnesota. Now we'll flip to you.
We can go to AFC East, where we got the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and
Ooh,
the
this will be a fun
Jets.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bills at 10.5. Got the Jets at 9.5. Dolphins at 9.5. And Patriots at 7.5. See, if Tua can stay healthy, I think that the Dolphins getting 10 wins isn't out of the question. Bills at 10.5 seems low. But that now you have to face Aaron Rodgers twice a year. The Jets at 9.5. Patriots at 7. I don't think the Patriots win more than 7 games.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna pick the Patriots to go over.
No, I'm gonna say under Patriots 7.5. I feel most
Wow.
confident in under 7.5 for the Patriots.
That's crazy.
That's stupid, but I'm gonna take it. Bill Belichick will roll over in his grave whenever he watches this episode, when he finally decides to settle down on his couch and watch
Peanut,
podcasts.
to make you feel, you said under 7. Oh, last
Under
year they
7.5.
finished at 8. Last
Yeah.
year they finished at 8, so they would have been over. Be interesting.
I don't know. I don't like that
8,
one now.
7.5 kind of seems low.
See, they got a better OC now. Like, they actually have an offensive coordinator rather than just like 2 guys who think they know what football is. I think Mac Jones takes a step. I don't know. Do I be a pussy or do I stick with it?
You gonna lock it in, King, or are you gonna switch it up?
I'm gonna switch it up.
Uh-oh.
Give me Jets over 9.5. It's fucking 12. Give me over 11.5. I don't give a fuck. Aaron Rodgers MVP.
Okay. Taking the Jets, and the Jets is...
For 9.5, yeah. So
Okay.
I'd say that at least get 10. It's got a tough division. I mean, facing Bill Belichick twice, he makes me second guess Mac Jones being a bad quarterback because it's Bill Belichick. You have the Bills, who are just very good at football all around. If they can stay healthy, which they haven't, but if they can stay healthy, they will challenge the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. The 3 best teams in football all are in the AFC, which is weird.
You got them being the Jets, the Bills, and the Chiefs?
No. I think it's the Bills, Bengals, and Chiefs.
Oh, okay. I thought you were really hyping up the Jets right there. I was like, God damn, boy.
No. I mean, they have the pieces. If Aaron Rodgers can lead that offense, I mean, it's not asking for much considering last year it was fucking Zach Wilson and Joe Flacco, Mike White. So if they can make that step up and just have like a non-negative turnover differential offense, which Aaron Rodgers does, like then they're gonna be great.
They'll be in business. All right, next from my side is the NFC Beast. Gotta fuck tuck in and get it all the way up there, boy. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Cowboys 9.5.
Yikes.
The Giants 7.5. Commanders 6.5. And the Eagles 11.5.
So there's 2-win differential right now on the betting odds between Philadelphia and Dallas.
Yep.
Damn.
Taking the Cowboys over. Easy.
Are you more confident in the Cowboys over or the Eagles under?
Say again?
Would you rather have the Cowboys over or the Eagles under if you had to choose? Or do you think you guys can both coexist
I think
winning 12 plus games?
Well, I mean, last year Eagles won 14, we won 12.
Oh, okay, so it can't happen.
I mean, the past 2 years the Cowboys have won 12 games. So, yeah, give me the over.
Fair.
Last year, every team in the NFC East finished it with a record of 500 or better.
You know what division has a chance to top that this year? NFC South.
I don't know. They might all just lose to each other.
Well, that's what happened last year.
Who had the best record?
The Buccaneers.
8-9.
8-9. Fuck, I always get that wrong.
Everyone
7
else
and
went
10.
7 and 10.
Yeah. Hold on. Dak Prescott, how many interceptions? He's already got one this year.
No, he doesn't. You guys are clowns.
Even better question. Does he lead the league in interceptions, yes or no?
No. He'll finish with 10. No, he'll finish with 11 or 12.
That's some
He's done it
ball
before.
management. All right, so
Now you got me curious. Last year was a blow up, bro. We never did that before.
He didn't even play the whole year. Cowboys Dak Prescott takes scary low hit from Micah Parsons in practice. Terrible Dak Prescott interception has New York Giants fans ready for week 1. That was an article someone wrote.
Yeah, he'll be like 11. He'll be like 10 or 11.
What was he at last year? 20?
15.
15. Oh, damn. 15 led the league last year.
Shut the fuck up. You just made me sad. Shut the fuck up.
We're on to the AFC West. We'll save the South for last, but we'll go AFC West. We got Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos. So some big dogs. Starting with the big dogs, they're at 11.5. That's their line.
Yep.
And you have Chargers at 9.5, Broncos at 8.5, and the Raiders at 6.5. It could just be as easy as saying the Chiefs are the best team in football again because they have Patrick Mahomes. But the thing is, when you look at everywhere else on their roster, it's guys you probably have heard of, but don't expect to be leading contributors on a team that is going to win the Super Bowl. So that's why I'm not gonna pick over 11.5 for the Chiefs, although I want to. I will, on the other hand, go over 8.5 for the Broncos.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going there.
You thought I was going Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
I like the Chargers. The only thing I don't like about the Chargers is their coaching. They have all of the offensive playmakers. I guess their training staff too kind of fucking sucks. So just anything to not do with the players sucks about the Chargers. Other than that, I like them. They just never seem to do well given the circumstances. They have a great team on paper, perform well, then they blow the biggest lead in playoff history and do bad things like that. So Sean Payton, he seems to walk into 500 seasons, and his teams play great defense every year, so don't expect anything different.
Sean Payton really gonna come in there and change that whole deal around, ain't he? I believe it. All right, now we'll go to the NFC West. Rams, Niners, Cardinals, and Seahawks. Rams, 6.5. Cardinals, 4.5. God damn. Niners, 10.5. Seahawks, 8.5. That's a fair number for Seattle. I don't think Seattle's going to be as good as they were last year, but 8.5 seems right. I think they'll be around there.
They got better on paper.
I don't think Gino's going to be as good as he was last year.
I would agree.
I'll go over for the Rams at 6.5.
Not a bad choice.
Maybe a little bounce back from them. Could the Rams go 8-8
I think that's a very
or
very
8-9?
doable
I
thing.
guess.
They
Give me the Rams over at 6.5. Give me that.
the roster was a lot better and like more top heavy than it was now. But I mean, this is still a lot of the same guys that played in the Super Bowl.
Can Stafford bounce back? Give you a solid year? I think so.
A lot of time.
Cooper
off.
Kupp's still there, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's still there, right?
Yep.
I mean, that seems like 8 wins just saying them 3 guys.
Yeah. Puka Naka. That's 4.
Shut the fuck up.
Stetson Bennett is ready to sling it. I swear on everything, man. It doesn't matter actually if Matthew Stafford plays. Stetson Bennett. I'm so confident, Chandler. I have never been more confident in a non-projected starting quarterback to be great in the NFL. Stetson Bennett will be great.
Okay.
Continue.
Let's do the last picks. We got the
AFC South and the NFC South.
And then we'll finish this up and then do some yay, nay, or maybe's, and then adios, amigos.
All right, AFC South. You know, we got some Jag-offs, the Titans, the Colts, and the Texans. Lots of bad football teams with bad quarterbacks, including Jacksonville. Just kidding. Jake Wallace. 9.5 on the line for the Jaguars. The Colts are at 6.5. Titans 7.5. And Texans are at 6.5. Lots of bad football teams here. I have to think. See, if Anthony Richardson had a running back on his team that wasn't a big old bitch. No, I'm not going to say that. I don't like the Jaguars at all, Chandler. Give me Titans over 7.5. I don't like Ryan Tannehill. I don't think many people do. I think the Titans like him because they have to and they pay him. Derrick Henry, Mike Vrabel, defense. New year, same story for the Titans.
They have a culture set.
Yeah, and you add one of the best wide receivers of our generation, DeAndre Hopkins. I don't necessarily know why DeAndre chose it, but good for the Titans.
I dig it, Mr. Peanut.
I mean, they went 7-10 last year, and they added DeAndre Hopkins this year. Like, give me that.
We'll finish up with the best division in football.
Yep. Damn straight.
The NFC South. With the Saints. The Saints, the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons. Falcons over is 8.5.
That is way too high.
I tried putting you on. You didn't listen. Panthers is at 7.5.
Bullshit.
Saints is at 9.5, and Bucks is at 6.5. Saints at 9.5, Bucks at 6.5. Yep. I don't know what this freaking division. I don't know anything. I can see every team in this division winning it. And there's none that really stand out.
I think there's one team that is significantly worse than the rest.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to take... Would you take the under for the Bucks?
What
Good
world
Lord.
do they win 7 games? Last year they won 8 games and they had Tom Brady as their quarterback, Chandler.
That is true. I'll go Saints over.
So you got them winning the division, huh?
So that'll be 10. I don't want to take an under. That's boring. Should I do Saints over? How many did y'all win? Y'all won 7. Everybody won 7 besides the Bucks.
Yep.
I don't like your receiving core at all. Falcons over. Give me the Falcons over. Falcons win the division this year.
You'd be the worst gambler of all time, bro.
All right.
I don't know a single person who's won on the Falcons too as hard on.
When you know, brother.
I mean, I guess, bro.
Give me the Falcons over. They got a lot of cool, fun pieces. They're fun to root for.
The coach is the son of the guy who created FedEx, so all he wants to do is put the fucking ball on the ground.
They got a lot of fun players on that team. You cannot argue that.
They do. Just too bad none of them play quarterback.
You want to finish up with a couple yay, nay, or may bays I threw together right before this recording?
Oh, yeah.
I wrote them down on my nice sheet of paper.
Wait, will you hold that up again?
No.
No, please, Jenna, hold that up again.
All right, you ready? Can I go?
Yeah.
McDaniels, the head coach for the Raiders,
So
will
you can ask
be
which one.
will be the head coach for the Raiders at the end of this NFL season. Yay, nay, or maybe?
That's a good one. Nay.
Nay, he gone.
That is a great question, though. I don't think they do well this year. They're still in a division with Patrick Mahomes. Now, as weird as it sounds, they're also in a division with Sean Payton. Sean Payton will coach circles around Josh McDaniels. Patrick Mahomes will run circles around Josh McDaniels. And who knows what the fucking Chargers are going to do. So, I think that there's just no future for Josh McDaniels to be with the Raiders, and for that reason, like, you just gotta fire him. Like, he's not going to be a successful NFL head coach, and he should go back to New England after this and just accept it. Like, at this point, there are lifetime OC and DCs in this league that stay with their same teams for 20 plus years. That's kind of ending now in this modern era, but I think that's where he ends up. I don't think he's the coach of the Raiders next year, just because there's no future for him.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Question number 2. The Arizona Cardinals will have the worst record in the NFL this upcoming season. Yay, nay, or maybe?
That is a possibility. The Buccaneers, I fucking hate the Buccaneers. They're not good. Or Kyle Trask, whatever the fuck his name is. Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield. That's possibly the worst 2 starting quarterbacks to go into the year, like, and expect to have a starting quarterback by the end of the season. Neither one of them you will be happy with at the end of the year. You have Mike Evans, who's old, but, you know, always has 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Chris Godwin's one of the best slot receivers in the league when he's healthy, which he's only missed 1.5 years for his ACL injury, so he's healthy. Besides that, the Buccaneers have nothing. The Buccaneers are the worst team in the league next year.
Okay. You hate the Bucs.
I hate the Bucs.
For some reason, I think Arizona's gonna stink.
Oh shit! The Cardinals are at 4.5.
Well, that's probably why I think. Yeah, because Kyler ain't even supposed to play this year.
Yeah.
They have a new head coach there. They just lost D-Hop. J.J. Watt retired. I can't name 5 players on the Cardinals right now, I don't think.
James Conner, Budda Baker, Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy, Trey McBride, Zach Ertz.
I know they got that lineman in the draft who's supposed to be a stud.
Paris Johnson Jr.
Yeah.
Rondale Moore, Marquise
But yeah,
Brown,
that's a stinky
Greg
team,
Dortch,
bro.
Michael Wilson.
What about the Simmons dude? Is he still there?
Isaiah Simmons, yes he is.
Yeah, they stink. Arizona Cardinals stink. They're the worst team in the league next year, I think.
Which is bad for the football, good for Cardinals tickets.
Yeah.
So I can go see a game.
Also, one thing to keep in mind is next year's draft is supposed to be really, really stacked. And the Texans traded their first to Arizona. So Arizona's got 2 firsts for next year. So if the Texans stink and the Cardinals stink, you're going to have 2 really good picks if you're a Cardinal fan. So
could you imagine getting Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. in the same draft?
they really could be in. They could. Because the Texans and the Cardinals could be the worst teams in the league, and then Arizona's got both of them.
Would you rather
All
have
right.
C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson or Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
C.J. Stroud and who?
Will Anderson. That's who the Texans took. So they had C.J. Stroud was their second overall pick. Will Anderson went third. And then potentially next year the Cardinals could end up with Caleb Williams at like 1, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. at 2. So would you rather
For sure, Williams and Harrison for sure.
Stroud just makes me worry. I want to see him play
we'll
some
see.
football
Maybe
games, man.
maybe Stroud balls, but
I
from
wanna
what
see
I
him
hear,
play
Williams
NFL.
is like the next best dude in the world.
Yeah.
All right, last yay, nay, or maybe. We'll finish up. Yay, nay, or maybe. And this is my favorite one. Peanut will lose to Chan in fantasy week 1 this year.
I don't know if you saw your phone today, but you did get a text message from me that you just did not respond to.
Yeah, because it was irrelevant.
I mean, I'm projected to beat you right now. Right now at
I
this
have-
moment, at 5:26 Mountain Time on August 1st, 2023, I'm projected to beat you right now.
I have Dobbins, who is a starter, on my IL. So that slot is open right now, brother.
So if the game started right now, like you would be playing 10 players this week, right?
I
That's
could
crazy.
throw nobody in that slot and be projected higher than you easily, just like that.
No, because right now
Answer
no
the
one's
question,
there.
Peanut.
No one's
Answer
there,
the
and I'm
question.
projected higher than you, Chandler.
Answer the question.
So you can't put no one there.
Yay,
It's already
nay, or
happened.
maybe. Yay, nay, or maybe.
Nay. This is perfect time for a wager. So Chandler and I are in a dynasty fantasy football league. That's what we're talking about, and that's what we talk shit on each other about. Just about every single fantasy football comment we make is in regards to this league. So those who don't know, dynasty league is essentially you keep the same players every single year, and you just draft rookies out of that. So Chandler, cheated, and he decided to schedule the draft while I was on my honeymoon and sleeping. So it's all Chandler's fault that we're in this position in the first place. Chandler isn't the commissioner, I am, but it's Chandler's fault. Chandler got his ass kicked last year by me, so that's all we're going to say in this league. He just got his ass kicked by me, and he's just coming back for some more, and this year he's just not going to learn his lesson. So week 1 when we play each other, I'm going to kick the shit out of him.
That was a cool spiel. Is it over?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to ask a quick question, out of me and you, who made the playoffs last year in the fantasy league?
You did.
I made the playoffs, and did you make the playoffs last year?
No, I did not.
Okay, so who would you say has the upper hand when we talk fantasy football currently?
Can I answer your question with a question?
No.
Even though I just asked you a question.
No.
Well, given those facts, you.
All right, fair enough. Thank you guys
May
for
I rebuttal?
watching.
I would like to
Thank you.
rebuttal.
Thank you guys for watching the podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. We're going to be coming out with episodes on a weekly basis from now on.
Yeah, and
we're
there's
gonna
not
be
going to be
getting
any
better
lag.
with it. Your mic just went out. Your mic just went out when you were saying all that. It's working now.
My microphone, that's what it was.
There
What
you go.
were saying? You didn't hear
I
something I
was-
said.
I was just saying we're gonna be coming out with a bunch of episodes, and we're getting back on track now that the MLB season's over and the NFL season's about to get going. And we're gonna be talking about a lot of football. I'm very excited. Can't wait for it to get going.
Recording episodes on Tuesdays, then edits on Wednesdays, getting them out on Thursdays. We're only going to be like 3 days behind the news cycle.
Hell yeah. So we've been bad, but we're gonna make it up. And Peanut's gonna fix his fucking mic.
This is how I got to hold it for right now.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
See you, everybody.